There is a huge variety of JToH Fangames to play. In this series, we will explore the wacky and wild creations that go mostly unnoticed. This episode, we are diving into tricky triangles. Originally released on May 11th, 2021, Tricky Triangles innovates the JToH Fangame space by having frames in the shapes of triangles. The original game, owned by Dogmanthebest 207, held 4 areas. The first area was JToH Wedging and had 15 unique triangles. There were triangles inspired by familiar JToH towers too. For example, Triangle of Joyful Killings inspired by Tower of Killjoys. Throughout the game, events were held, rewarding items on completion, similarly to other fangames in JToH itself. At the time of recording this, the 2023 Christmas event was still being held. We are covering those triangles and wedges in this long video too. Dogmanthebest 207 has had previous fangames, his most notable past project being Dog's Goofy Tales, which was a revamp of an older Dog's Goofy Tales. This was a typical fangame with some goofy and silly towers. It is still able to be played, unlike the original Tricky Triangles. Or is it? Pedrolechi has saved the areas of the old Tricky Triangles. It's going to be implemented as a secret somewhere. I'm really excited for it, as I enjoyed the original Tricky Triangles. Returning to Dog's Goofy Towers, Dog's Goofy Towers has an unusual spot in my heart. Even if it's not great, I have some cringy videos on it. I do have a neat somewhere in it, but that's not because it was good. Dogman does not own any other notable fangames to my knowledge. Dogman is banned from Roblox, preventing the original Tricky Triangles from being public again. In the original Tricky Triangles, there were 36 triangles spread between 3 areas. Each area had a double wedge, which was the citadel. Talking about frames, how about we talk about each type? The most unused triangle type in Tricky Triangles are mini wedges. These can have 2 floors, but who knows, the wiki is even unsure. Mini wedge of Deserted Island is the only time the mini wedge frame was used. The second most unused triangle type is a box. What is not a triangle, it is obviously a cube. This has barely ever been used, there is no wiki page on them, so we can assume that it only is 1 floor. Wedges are the Tricky Triangle equivalent of neats. They only have 3 floors. Wedges are used more in events than areas. In the areas of the original game, there was not even a triangle, and unlikely a triangle, while in events there were 2, Wedge of Underwater Explorations and Wedge of Sky Explorations. Triangles are by far the most used frame type in Tricky Triangles. The game is designed for it, so it makes sense. Triangles can span from 4 floors to 10 floors. Apparently there were 36 triangles in the old Tricky Triangles. A unique deconfirmed triangle in JToH Wedging was Triangle of Mini Triangles, which uses the same word twice in the name. It also had the unique idea of teleporting over to other triangles to complete the triangle. It had 4 unique floors, so it was technically a triangle anyway. Now there are 13 triangles in the first ring of the new Tricky Triangles. Double wedges are the Tricky Triangle equivalent of citadels. Double wedges have 11 to 25 floors, like a normal citadel. There is a double wedge per area in the old game and in the new game. On July the 28th, a new Tricky Triangles is created, which is the new game. The new Tricky Triangles is owned by 2 former developers of the original game. Pedrolechi, who was formerly co-owner, and Neodymious, who was formerly a developer of the old game. Tricky Triangles' currency is golden triangles. This currency is earned by completing triangles, wedges, and deltoids. Wedges give 0.5 golden triangles, deltoids give 2 golden triangles. Golden triangles are used to buy cosmetics. However, no cosmetics can be brought yet, as the store has not released. With this short 5-minute long tricky triangles lesson over, it's time to get into the highlights section of the video. In the highlights section, there's going to be an introduction to what the triangle is, then highlights from my stream, and then an overview on what can be improved. This is the first triangle you will encounter. It introduces primary mechanics that are commonly used throughout the game. It's fairly long, posing as a challenge. There are intended skips, which is cool. However, I got stuck on the last part, which is not super fun. Let's try and not get glitched on this triangle. I really see this crazy skips. It's not even worth doing that. What am I doing? I forgot there is an intended skip right here. That's cool. I appreciate that. Why do people gotta make the tutorials so long? I would have beaten this triangle already if I wouldn't have gotten stuck. Also, this is gonna be my first triangle after 2 play sessions. That's crazy. Why is that turret so quick? It feels wrong. Pretty tight timer for a tutorial. Where? No! Hold on, I can make this. I told ya. Oh my god, it doesn't get destroyed? Look at it, it's free. Okay, awesome. I didn't get stuck now. I love that. That's a fun feature. We can actually be our first triangle. Final floor. Did they just forget to, like, put the music in or something? The final stretch. Wow. Wow. That's so funny. I should honestly, like, have beaten it legit. That would have been awesome if I would have beaten it legit. It's probably not even possible legit at the end because I was scared that someone was gonna do it. Anyway, yeah, that's a win. The win pads are very cool. You gotta give them. For what it aims to achieve, Triangle of Teaching does its job. Before we get into the constructive criticism, let's talk about what's good about it. Triangle of Teaching vastly covers nearly every mechanic that you'll meet in tricky triangles. The gradient is amazing, fitting the beginner vibe of easy triangles. Some critiques include that the triangle is way too hard for a beginner, especially with some of the client objects. It isn't outstanding or memorable in any way, but that is expected as it is a tutorial. A minor nitpick is that it doesn't include glitches or every mechanic that is used in game. For example, the gravity flipper or ladder gliding. The tutorial does feel like it can drag on. This is more of a byproduct of how massive the tricky triangle kit is. With that over, let's move on to the Christmas triangles. The Tricky Triangles Christmas event was released on the 27th of December 2023. It features 2 new triangles and a new wedge. Triangle of Very Cold Ice, Triangle of Christmas Stuff, Wedge of Unfestiveness. Sadly, they do not have an official difficulty rating. With the addition of Bewitched Snow Globe, there were a variety of presents that I'll show the locations of because they are interesting. This is the first triangle I completed during the Christmas event. It is located on top of an air flotation unit. It focuses on an ice-based design and doesn't have many ice-based jumps. It does have many strange jumps and client objects throughout the triangle. This is the hardest triangle in the event in my opinion. It is peak challenging at 5.95. Galaxified agrees, suggesting that it should actually be intense. Triangle of Very Cold Ice. I guess this is the worst thing here, or is that another one? I hope that this is not terrible. I can beat it challenging, right? I thought this was difficult, but I can beat it challenging. This one definitely has its flaws. So far, it's playable. Hello? Okay, you can do it in one bounce very easily. Huh? Yeah, that's the good strat. I'm learning. Okay, so once I like bounce up, I think I'm gonna land on there. Ha! What? Okay, let's now like get flung. Oh, I think I'm gonna jump there. I think I'm gonna jump where the square is. My first brain cell just came to me. Okay, we're now making progress. That's cool. Ooh, I like this spinning obstacle. I don't like that spinning obstacle. That's not very fun. Hello? Okay, let's go. Let's not fall. What? Just let me jump, please. What is this pole? Oh my, what? Eventually, if you throw yourself at the wall, you'll get it. You'll know how to throw yourself at the wall at, like, the best. It's so inconsistent, look. This box is stuck on low gravity. Huh? Okay, we're making good, juicy progress. I like this now. This is actually decent. It's just the first inconsistent parts that made me not like it. Like it, right? Right? No! Absolutely saved. We're gonna beat the entire winter event. This stream. You have too much patience. I just want to get an item, to be honest. Like, throw this push box in there. No! Where'd it go? Yes, an item is worth all of this pain. All the pain's in this one triangle. I'll cruise through the rest. That never happened. Oh, okay, no failing now. Sick, heaps of button progress. You have to love the button progress. Oh, what is that? In a challenging? GG! I literally got so scared at the end, but we're winning. We are winning. Despite the name, this wedge is fairly jolly. It takes a fairly similar design to Triangle of Christmas stuff. However, it has random spots of jolliness. These colourful blocks are just there aesthetically, and don't really affect the gameplay. This is also the only wedge in the event, consisting of 2 floors. Most of the difficulty of this wedge comes from an 8-stud wraparound. Because of this, my personal difficulty is high difficult at 4.77. Galaxified rated this at bottom challenging at 5.01. This one's apparently bad. At least it's only a wedge. I mean, how bad could it really be? We'll answer that question today. This one so far isn't as bad as the other one, but I've entered it for 20 seconds, so I do not have an opinion. Safety net? Jeez, okay, this is good. Never mind, what was that jump? I guess it's a challenging wedge. Why is it so intense, huh? That's not that bad. At least it's not the other one. Come on, how quick can I get it? Not that quick. Whoa, that is super quick. Oh, there's one more left. That's cool. This triangle is the leftmost portal in Bewitched Snow Globe. This triangle is based on general Christmas cheer, starting off in the front yard of a cozy home. The interior is decorated with red carpet and some pictures. Floor 2 is a tree stump on top of a home. Floor 3 is just called Tree, and is the leaves of the tree stump at floor 2. Floor 4 has gameplay in the classic Christmas colours of red and white, being titled Final. It has harder gameplay than the rest of the triangle, however is netted, which is the only reason Galaxified9 rated this high difficult at 4.8. Yeah, and it's the last one. Triangle of Christmas stuff. That's a very direct name. Floor 1, house. This is not what I would personally have inside my house. I'd personally have like more furniture and less pictures of Minecraft men. This is literally like so free. Oh, there's no jump area down there. I know how to cheese the no jump parts. I'm lying. That last message was a lie. That last message was a lie. That last message was a lie. You'll never know if I'm telling the truth or if it was a lie. And I do love the button progress. The button progress is solid. Floor 2, stump. Floor 3, tree. Floor 4, Christmas. Oh, there's a slamp pusher. I love slamp pushers. That's very cool. That was a save. That was one of the saves of all time. This X pusher section that you've seen 2,677 times before. Floor 4, final. GG's, that was so free. Like, what are they blabbering on about this being hard? Okay. Which one now? I think we do not even a triangle. This triangle, well, not really, is an Ascension-based smaller type triangle by Memeboy XD7 and Neodymious. It's the not even a tower equivalent of tricky triangles. It has 4 floors and a smaller frame. A unique aspect of not even a triangle is that it has blocks that are really hard to see. It's also the shortest thing in tricky triangles. I think I might have to turn my graphics to 0 to see. That makes it even harder. Huh? Huh? Oh, it's right here. Okay, so that means corner flip. Is that a truss? Yes, it is. Guess I'm gonna have to restart. Oh, oops. Wrong button. GG's, that was so free. The simplicity of not even a triangle works in its favour, as it gives a great challenge to new hobbyists. It gives a great foundation to jumps that you would commonly find in difficult or challenging triangles. Thankfully, some indication is given for corner flips. This will be a nightmare to play without indication. The punishment is required for the difficulty and is done well. However, a lot of the difficulty is figuring out where to go. This is what I struggled with the most. It's especially hard to differentiate between a truss and a normal block. Similarly to Triangle of Teaching, there isn't really anything memorable about this triangle, except for the frame. Let's play Tower of Unbelievable Triangle. This triangle is not called Tower of Unbelievable Triangle, but rather Triangle of Untroubled Tranquility. It focuses on a variety of gameplay skills. Built by Best Gamer Ever 548, it's an ascension-based triangle consisting of 4 floors and a gradient very similar to Triangle of Teaching. The beginner-friendly gameplay style has fairly tricky jumps that are sure to remind you that it is the absolute peak of easy difficulty. The triangle primarily uses purism to create gameplay. The only client objects used are kill bricks, which are easy to die through. This is one of the shorter triangles and tricky triangles. Oh my god, it's by Best Gamer Ever. This one is actually pretty interesting. Where? This is meant to be like easy difficulty. Do you see that? That's what you call a pro gamer move. Let's go, that was so good. Triangle of Untroubled Tranquility has a really pleasing design, probably one of the best looking triangles in the game. The gameplay feels very balanced, each floor is around the same difficulty. It's pretty fun too. The gradient is beginner friendly and welcoming. The kill bricks are dispersed well and added to the challenge. If it weren't for Tricky Triangle's superior healing system, it would have been a problem. Similarly to Peak Remorseless, TOUT feels medium and not peak easy. The triangle lacks creativity and can feel super repetitive on the second or third playthrough. The gameplay being balanced does not equal being engaging or interesting. Other than that, it's a well-rounded, well-cornered triangle. Let's play Triangle of Lobotomy. This 4-floored ascension-based triangle by Brady stands at low hard difficulty, and is not punishing. It starts off in the depths of a laboratory, the first obstacle being the best box-pushing section in tricky triangles. Triangle of Laboratories uses a grayscale colour scheme. A majority of the difficulty comes from the tough wraps and the wind mechanic that is seen halfway through the triangle, but the gameplay is netted, so it's okay. Remember how Wedge of Unfestiveness was challenging due to an 8-stud wraparound? This triangle has a 7-stud wraparound and is low hard. Anyway, this triangle is used as a triangle crossing in the current hardest triangle that we'll visit in episode 2. The most punishing part of this triangle is at the end, with an unnetted 4-stud wraparound. Not one with a story. I don't want to play one with a story. Next area. Wind? Where's the fan? Looks like it's a puzzle time. Trusses a Kenklide Falls. Anyway, GG's. This triangle is the first themed triangle that we explore in Tricky Triangles. It does the laboratory theme decently. Triangle of Laboratories also has a creative wind section. Even if it has been done before, it's still interesting. It faces many issues though. The gameplay is not balanced and does not feel hard difficulty. Even if it is netted, there's still no excuse for it having gameplay a whole difficulty higher. The design can feel messy and very basic at some points, and it feels like it's rushed and incomplete. The 4-star wraparounds feel cliche and a very basic way to add difficulty without creating engaging gameplay. I wanted to make this episode longer, but I apologise that it is not. It may have never gotten released otherwise. In episode 2, we will cover the rest of the triangles with the exception of one. I hope you guys enjoyed this video as I spent a lot of time creating it. It's also my first scripted video. The script is about to reach 2,000 words on this ending segment. I cannot believe that I am starting a new series and I'm extremely proud of it. This video is one of my best works to date. Anyway, enough yapping, thanks for watching up to here. I'll see you in the next part.